Just waiting for everyone else to join us. Yes, here we go. Good morning to everyone across the world. It's Monday morning. It's 8 a.m. It's the start of a new week. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to get going? This morning, I'm going to be talking about manifestation and Monday motivation. And for me, hang on, Les, what's going on over there? We've got Les, we've got Charlotte. A few people trying to join us on Instagram. Doesn't seem to be working too well. Let's see what happens there. Anyway, Monday morning, Monday motivation, Monday manifestation. Important time of the week to get yourself up and ready and working. So I always start nice and early on a Monday morning. Morning, Martin. Morning, Charlotte. If you want to say hello, pop your name or message in the chat box as well, and give us a shout. Great to have you with us, Les, Charlotte, Martin, etc. We're going to talk about Monday motivation, Monday manifestation. What have you manifested in your life? Are you happy with it? Are you not happy with it? Would you like to do something else? The important thing here is actually like manifesting what you would really, really like in your life and to get moving. Good morning, Paul. Fantastic to have you with us here, mate. The start of another wonderful week. Yes, we're in lockdown. Yes, we can't go places, but we can do so much just from our own desk and everything. So you need to think about what you've manifested in your life and how you've done it. Now, Paul, I know you're, a very successful guy, which is fantastic. I don't know if you've actually trained yourself to do that, or it's just been happening subconsciously, or whether you've studied, you've learned. So important, though, to talk to yourself in a good way, in a positive way, and actually get yourself moving forwards in life. Let me read you a little bit from this book here, Believe in Yourself by Joseph Murphy. He says, there are many people who quietly use the term success over and over many times a day until they reach a conviction that success is theirs. Remember that the idea of success contains all the essential elements of success. As a person repeats the word success to themselves, and with faith and conviction, the subconscious mind will accept it as true, and they will be under subjective compulsion to succeed. It's so important. Morning, Les. Thanks, mate. Morning, Rob. How you doing? Great to have all you guys joining me this morning. Believing in yourself. There's great messages in here. I mean, this book talks a lot. It's got a fair bit about religion in this book, but ultimately it's talking about programming your subconscious mind. And the most important thing there is about actually just using the word success over and over and over again, talking, feeling good, getting yourself into a good place in order to be positive. I've got messages flying at me in all places here. I think my Instagram connection is a bit dodgy, but the bottom line is let me just change that and see if I can get a better connection. Yeah, one sec. I love the internet, haven't you? So let's get rid of that and let's go there. There we go. Right, live video should be back reconnecting. Morning, Michael. How you doing, mate? So, start of a new week. You've got to believe in yourself, okay? Repeat success. Talk about successability thinking. You're never going to hear me say to myself or anyone else about how bad it is, or how negative it is, or, isn't the economy terrible, or isn't this terrible, isn't this terrible? You're not going to hear me say those kind of things, because ultimately I know the power of my conscious thoughts and my subconscious mind. As long as I talk in a positive way to myself and to you and to everyone else that I talk to throughout the day, it impacts upon me and gives me positive vibes. You'd be amazed the amount of times I sit in a coaching session with someone, or we're talking about various things, and they tell me everything that's wrong. They'll tell me every single little thing that's wrong before we can get to the things that are actually good and right. If I said to you that nothing is good or bad apart from what you're thinking makes it so, what would you say? Nothing is good or bad apart from what you're thinking makes it so. Morning, Bernadette. Greetings from Twickenham. Happy Monday. Yes, indeed. Happy Monday. I read somewhere that Bez from the Happy Mondays is going to start doing a fitness class to take on Joe Wicks. I can't wait to see that. Those of you that remember Happy Mondays, I can't wait to see Bez doing his thing. But as I say, going back to success thinking, you're never going to hear me say how bad it is. You're never going to hear me say, oh, woe is me, it's terrible. Even when I was bankrupt and I was walking around with no money and just completely struggling 12 years ago, I just used to say to me, I understood this. I read some books, I got some stuff together, and all I did was I walked around and I just said, I can afford that. I can afford that. I can afford that. I can afford that, even when I had nothing. signing on for 40 quid a week. I was like, I can afford it. I can afford it. I can afford it. And what I was doing, I was just saying it over and over and over again. I wasn't telling everyone about it, but I was just saying it to myself over and over and over again, to such a point where I was just like, I can afford it. I can afford it. I can afford it. And I'd see nice cars going by, and I'd see like the beautiful house in the street. And I'd be like, I can afford that. And now that's where I live. You know, okay, it's taken 10 or 12 years, but the bottom line is, who cares? It takes as long as it takes. But you commit and commit and commit and go and go and go. Anything you want in life is just that other side of your greatest fear. And it takes commitment to get there. If you face that fear and you get there, then you'll be in a positive place. Now, I get lots of people that will say things like, well, you know, I can't do that. You know, it's not possible for me. You know, it's all right for you, but it's not for me. That's self-defeating. This is a wonderful book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Absolutely incredible book. This is really, really special book. 35 million copies sold. Yeah. Louise Hay, 35 million copies sold. You Can Heal Your Life. What an incredible book. But she talks in here about the ideas we have about ourselves that limit us from doing things, and the limitations that come up in our mind, which I just find incredible. But just listen to this little list. We have ideas about ourselves that we use as limitations or resistance to change. We are too old, too young, too fat, too thin, too short, too tall, too lazy, too strong, too weak, too dumb, too smart, too poor, too worthless, too frivolous, too serious, too stuck. Maybe it's all just too much. There's a lot of twos, isn't there? You know, it's too much this, it's too much that. There's lots of other things in here as well about delaying tactics, our beliefs. It's not right for me to do that. Men or women don't do that. My family have never did that. You know, it's too far to drive. It's too much work. It's too expensive. If you're using all of these, good morning, Robert. Great to have you on from Malta. Look, we're reaching out around the world. Fantastic, Robert. Thanks so much for joining us. But we've got so many of these twos. These things are, you know, denial, delaying tactics, the fears. You know, I might get hurt. I'm not ready yet. Here's a beauty. I might fail. Yeah, these are all things that we can say. And you'd be amazed when I get into coaching sessions with people and they've got hundreds of these things. We've got hundreds of these things that Louise Hay talks about in here, about how, you know, I can't do that. You know, she won't let me do that. It's not going to work. You know, I don't want anyone else to have a problem. I can't express my feelings. I don't have the energy. You know, what if I fail? I mean, there's so many of these things that hold people back, and I just find it incredible. This book, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, as I said, 35 million copies, is set out like a therapy session with Louise, and she passed away recently. But what a wonderful, wonderful book this is, about making change and actually becoming someone that is able to succeed in life. Success is not luck. You know, everyone tells you it's amazing how many people are like hugely successful. And we go, oh, that's lucky. They've done really, really well or whatever, you know. But ultimately, it isn't luck in the slightest. There's a journey behind it, and they've had to work bloody hard to get there and to make it work. But the world doesn't see all the hard work. The world just sees the success. And then if it's easier for our negative thoughts to say, oh, that's lucky, you know, that's lucky for them. So it's so important to start to like really get our heads around this, you know, and start to like heal our lives, heal ourselves, really analyze, do a bit of self-analysis. You know, that's where the equilibrium, the e-colors system started for me, was actually about self-analysis. When I could self-analyze where I was really strong, where I had some limiters, then I could start to actually do something about them. And that was really, really powerful exercise that I've continued to do, and that we continue to spread out into the world. Is all part of becoming successful. Good morning, Rachel. Rachel says failure is a redirection. That's right. Any failure, any pain, anything you're feeling, anything that you're not happy about, it could be a conversation just literally with your partner, but you feel something, it's time for you to just have a little look at that and go, well, hang on a second, you know, could I think about that differently, or could I do that differently? And, you know, it's a constant state. Every minute, every second of every day is a constant state of like understanding, like, you know, the ups, the downs. Morning, Sophie. Excellent. Great to have you with us as well. This is Monday Motivation. I'd like to talk about Monday Manifestation. You know, what have you manifested in your life, guys, up to now? right? I realized this is the hardest thing. When I was bankrupt and sick and broke, unhappy, sick and broke, I was like, right, okay, I'm not happy with what I've manifested here in my life, but how has this happened? And then I had to analyze my thinking. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't like, oh, poor Mark, this stuff's, bad stuff's happened or anything like that. No. It was my own silly mistakes at the time. It was my own mistakes. It was my own manifestation and not understanding a few basic rules and laws of the universe and just making a lot of mistakes, thinking I knew best, but I didn't, obviously. But the hardest bit was that self-analysis. But once I got that self-analysis, I started to think about things I could manifest. This morning, I get up in the morning every day. I manifest a nice juice, lots of water, tiny little bit of apple and ginger juice, and a lovely cup of coffee from my Nespresso coffee machine. But that's the point. This is what I manifest. So, that's the first thing I do in the morning. Then I come out here and my manifestation is to talk to you guys, is to get the Life Remix book moving forward and doing more with that, and then obviously working on my multiple businesses. It's great. It's fun, it's really fun. At the end of the day, that's what life's meant to be. Even though we can't leave the house, let's make the best of that, and we can still reach out into the world and do some amazing things. So really analyze what you're doing and then start to think about what you would like to manifest. 2020 and now 2021 are years where we can actually be grateful for what we've got. Yeah. If you've got food, clothing and shelter, you're doing more than like a large percentage of the world. So if you've got food, clothing and shelter, enjoy that and be grateful for it. And if you've got Netflix or Prime, then great as well. But my point is that, if you've got things that we've got in this world, just be grateful for those. Things will change, but you could be doing things now to manifest things in the future. I consider myself to be quite a good manifester now. I've manifested multiple properties, multiple businesses, a happy life, a happy wife, a nice house. I'm not telling you to be, aren't I great? I'm telling you just to say that, look, wherever you are right now, you can learn to change that to actually be, in 3, 5, 10, 20 years time, that actually you could be somewhere much, much better if you choose to change the way you think, change the way you feel, and then start manifesting the things that you would really enjoy. The whole piece with the positivity pack, we've got this Life Remix positivity pack here. You can get that when you pre-order the book. The pre-orders are up until February the 23rd on markwilkinsonofficial.com/shop. After that, no more signed copies unless you meet me in the street. So if you want a signed copy, then obviously you can get over to the Mark Wilkinson official site and get yourself the positivity pack and the book, Life Remix book, because it's going to be great. It's, as I say, Monday manifestation. I love talking about books. I love talking about learning. I love music, by the way. On a Saturday night, we have a DJ mix on a Saturday night. Wonderful stuff. Really great reactions we're getting from all around the world when we do a live DJ mix here from the studio. So it's really, really cool to be able to reach out to people through music and through this now as well. It's amazing. Good morning, Robert. Thank you for what you've said. I'm grateful for 2020 that I started something I never thought I would do. Amazing. I've started a film company it's doing so very well instead of my music business was already struggling. Robert, brilliant. All power to you for that. One of the things I did with multiple sources of income, let's find a pen now. One of the things I did with multiple sources of income to teach myself to change from being a DJ and a record producer, which is what I spent 20 years doing as a younger guy. I literally just put my name in the middle of a little bubble thing here. You might be able to see that. I'll show Instagram as well. Just put my name on a piece of paper in a little bubble like that. And then I literally just wrote out all the things that I was like, right, okay, DJ, music. Okay, that's cool. Then I wrote out events over here. Then I wrote out book, which is now finally coming to the world. And I just started to write out all these things that became like, okay, so these are all me here and I'm connected to all of them. And then I wrote, obviously, I wanted to meet a wife. I hadn't met her at the time, so I put her there. And then obviously I started to move things like that around. And at the end of the day, I just started to get things moving. So exactly right. There's always something to be grateful for, Robert. Grateful for 2020 that he started something brand new. You can start something brand new. Every crisis has an opportunity. Morning, Jace. Have a great day. Keep up the great work. Jace, this is great, mate. I love the comments. Thank you for being a part of it and sharing and getting involved. I love reaching out to people. I'm online 5 times a week now just to have a quick chat with everyone and get things moving. But yeah, those kind of goal setting exercises are so important, particularly for entrepreneurs. Or if you're unhappy in a job and you're not too sure about where you would like to go, start to make a nice bubble map of your life and be like, right, okay, so, if I did that and that and that, and then take small steps towards it every single day, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. I did this bubble map thing and it just started to happen. I wrote down what my perfect day was like. Get up in the morning, drink some water, do some exercise, come online and talk to you guys, live my purpose, do great things in the world, have a rest in the evening, sleep well. That's essentially my perfect day. And that's what I live now, day to day to day. So the point is that it's exciting. It's brand new to me, to get moving and to start setting these goals. But once I got moving with them, then I could see things start to happen. When I started to see the manifestation, the Monday motivation and the Monday manifestation, when I started to see things start to happen, I was like, this works. Oh, right, this works. And then I could look back, cut the emotional tie, but look back and go, oh, those are the mistakes that I've made. And when I realized that the mistakes I made, I could learn from those and go, right, okay, I'm going to do this completely differently now. I'm not going to be unhappy, sick and broke. I'm going to be happy, healthy and wealthy. And once I'd created that mindset, I was then ready to step up and start really, really going for it. This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Right? You should be doing better. You should be no. If you read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he says a human being's most successful years are 45 to 65. Okay, so most of us are just warming up. Yeah, from 45 to 65, we're just getting started. So the bottom line is that if you perceive it that way, not at 45, like I'm over the hill, it's all done, like, oh no, but actually I'm 45 or I'm 50 or whatever, and this is it. This is my opportunity now. Let's go for it. It's so, so important. Think and Grow Rich has got some wonderful information in it. I highly suggest that you stay motivated, and however you do that, surround yourself with great authors, great books, great information. Now, great websites. Michael says he's 45 next month. You just started. You're just being born, Michael. Let's go. 45 next month, the next 20 years. You can use everything that you've learned up to this point to say to yourself, well, actually, I am in a position that I've learned so much from 18 to 45. That's my learning time. That's when you learn, study. And a lot of people are, I should be more successful. Well, you should. Don't should all over yourself. Let's get ourselves to a point where we're like, right, I've learned some great stuff here. And then from 45 to 65, make it count. Use all of your information and get going, get moving. Morning, Pat. Pat says, good morning, Mark. This is so dope. Yeah, mate. Thanks, man. Thanks for the motivation. Have a great week. You've changed my vibe already. That's the purpose, Pat. At the end of the day, wake up in the morning. Let's get moving. Let's get buzzing. I love this. I've got this little gift here. Star Wars, be more Yoda. You see that? This is a beauty as well. Be more Yoda. Here we go. Boldly face up to new challenges. You ready for this one? Something unexpected could lie in your path. You could be laid off, face a breakup, or suddenly encounter an Imperial cruiser when you're smuggling a shipload of spice. Anything could happen, right? A surprise can be intimidating, but don't dump your cargo and run. Fleeing a setback almost never resolves it. Take control of your problems rather than letting them control you, and you won't end up a wall direction for Jabba the Hutt. Be more Yoda. You don't need to run. You don't need to hide. You just need to step up and get yourself to a point where you can become like an absolute Jedi. If you want to talk in Star Wars terms. But that's great. There's loads from that. I'm going to keep reading that. There's so many books. There's so many things out there. If you go to markwilkinsonofficial.com, there's a recommended reading section in there as well before Life Remix comes out in February. Go and grab yourself a new book, go and start a new thing for a new week. A couple of brilliant recommendations. My mentor, one business mentor and coach, Kevin Green, he's got a book here called The Rich Rules. Okay, absolutely fantastic. Well worth the read. If you want to understand steps to wealth and happiness, Kevin's got the secret stuff in there as well. It's absolutely fantastic book, so I highly recommend you read Kevin's book. And I would also say that Lewis Senior, I actually haven't got a copy handy, but I'm going to order one myself again today. I must have given away my old copy. Lewis Senior, who's another business coach, or another coach rather, and mentor, I should say. Kevin does the business. E-Colours and Equilibria. If you go to a book called At the End of the Day by Lewis Senior, fabulous book. That's how he had his issues and then changed his life into something that he can be massively proud of. And he's 70 years of age now, Lewis. Fantastic man. Last book for this morning, keeping the vibe alive and keeping everyone moving. I'm amazed by this. I'm going to get Charlotte onto an interview pretty soon. Charlotte's done a book called The Purpose Myth, which is absolutely brilliant. By Charlotte Kramer. You can see here. You see here, Charlotte Kramer, The Purpose Myth. Literally, I've only just found out about this in the last few days. She sent me a little message the other week asking me about how to find purpose, and I sent her just a couple of lines back. She's written a whole book on it. I need to get her on an interview because it says basically change the world, not your job, and a must read for all purpose seekers. When you live a life of purpose, you're buzzing. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. How many of you know what your purpose is? I don't know. Be interesting to hear from you. If you know what your purpose is in life, then let me know. I know what mine is. Mine is to bring joy. I like to change people's state. I like to get people into a good place. I used to use music solely. Now I can use my voice, my learning. So joy, knowledge. I love sharing knowledge, and as you can tell, I love to inspire and I love to create. That's my 4 things. And from 8 a.m. on a Monday morning right through till I was going to say 5 p.m. on a Friday, but to be honest, it carries on all the way through Sunday, Saturday and Sunday as well. But my purpose is joy and knowledge and inspire and create. Now, Charlotte has written this book called The Purpose Myth, and I must get her onto an interview on Straight Talking, because absolutely fantastic effort. I haven't read it, but I mean, at the end of the day, Charlotte used to come to nightclubs when I used to DJ in them about 15 years ago when we were doing big Kidology nights in London. I'm not sure if she was actually one of the Kidology kidettes, but she was definitely there or thereabouts. And she's a fantastic woman. And she's grown clearly over the last 10, 15 years into someone who's capable of writing an amazing book. I can't wait to read it. So I highly recommend this one. I'm going to give some feedback. You may have seen my interview with Peggy McColl. Peggy, who sits with Bob Proctor and creates wonderful stuff. So her book, Savvy Wisdom, is winging its way to me. I'm going to read that, and I'm going to re-interview Peggy for all of your enjoyment. She is the master manifester. I think I'm good. She's the master manifester. 19 books she's written. So Peggy's a real powerhouse, and you've got to love that. So there's some wonderful stuff there. Thank you, Emma. Emma's put the link there. Actually, I can probably spread that. Oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I can even show it on the screen. MarkWilkinsonofficial.com /recommended reading. There it is. There's Emma's little face. Look, I love it. So yeah, look, grab yourself a book to read or something to get you motivated. There's so many things out there in the world that can get you going on a Monday morning and get you buzzing and ready for your week. So yeah, look, I'll be back this week. So Tuesday night at 7:30 tomorrow evening, I will be back online with Life Remix samples. I think we're looking at chapter 9 from memory tomorrow evening at 7:30. So Tuesday evenings at 7:30. Wednesday at 7:30, I'm also going to be interviewing a guy from the NFL, Garrick Jones. Incredible fella. Matt Hollister says, it's a good job Emma is on the ball. I can show that as well, Matt. Look, I've worked out how to do this. Look. Hey, there you go, Matt. There's the look, I can put any of you on the screen with me. Look at this. Amazing. This is great fun, isn't it? Thank you, StreamYard, for doing this. Yes, that's a good point, actually, Matt. It's a good job Emma is on the ball. I'll tell you something now. If you want to be successful in life, you must have a really, really strong supportive partner. You must have someone who's prepared to do some of the legwork with you in the background and get things moving. Emma is amazing. I mean, most of the stuff you can see that we're putting out there, it comes from Emma's hand, and she is absolutely phenomenal with what she's done. She won't necessarily big herself up, but she has created an entire new business. 15 years in the events business, gone in 3 days, paused on 3 days, we should say. It will come back. And we look forward to it. What I'm saying to you is that literally for the last 12 months or so, 10 months or so, Emma could be wallowing. She could have been wallowing. But actually, she's stepped up. She's created the positivity pack that you can see behind me. She's created the calendar. She's created the website. She's created blah, 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 blah. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I love this one as well from Paul. Look at that, Paul. Good morning. Let's get it on. Let's get moving. That's right. We've got business to do. We've got things to happen. It's so important to get things moving. Hang on, Matt. Yeah, that's it, Matt. I am showing off now. That's awesome. This is great, isn't it? It's almost like a little interview chat. And Kirsty, my purpose for the foreseeable future will be homeschooling. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, homeschooling is going to keep you busy, Kirsty, I'm sure. And, if you want to get any of the kids into some kind of coaching lesson with me, I'm sure we can have a chat about that as well. I'm actually godfather to one of Kirsty's beautiful daughters, Fleur. So absolutely wonderful. So yeah, this is great. Look at this. Look, I've got a little message here from Jason. Look at that. Morning, Jace. If you weren't prepared for your profile picture to appear on a screen with me, then then you better have a look at it. But this is great fun. Look at this. Look, there's Robert. Look at that. I'm grateful for 2020, as I said earlier. Started a film company, doing very well instead of music business. Keep the music business. Do 5% of music or 10% of music, and then get that out there in the world and make your film business work. And then from your film business, you might want to think about investing into property or gold and silver, or various different things that could bring you money. So important to actually get yourself going and get yourself going in the right direction. So look at that. I don't know how to get that off the screen now. Perhaps I can just. Yeah, there we go. Okay, worked it out. Got to love StreamYard. Got to love the internet. But if you would like to share anything and be a part of these streams, then obviously you can absolutely share. I'll put this one up from Pat as well. Look at this. Morning, Mark. Look at that. That's great. Look, changing the vibe, getting people moving. Monday motivation, Monday manifestation. What are you gonna do? How are you going to work this week? How are you going to manifest? What would you like to manifest in your life? Why don't you message me, and just let me know, because at the end of the day, you can do it. Right. I need to get on and do some other stuff, but as I'm saying to you now, you absolutely can achieve, you can be, do, and have whatever you would like in this life. It takes 5 minutes or 5 years. I don't know. It's up to you how long it takes to manifest. But you can do it. You've just got to step up and go for it. So look, I've got nothing but love for you. It's been a wonderful half an hour this morning. Tuesday evening, I'll be back. Wednesday morning, I'd like to come in for a well done Wednesday. I've got a really interesting guy from the Middle East joining me on Wednesday morning. So we're going to be talking about psychology of health and safety and accidents and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be really interesting. So Tuesday night, live through mixed samples. Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. And then 7:30 p.m. again on Wednesday evening with Garrick Jones from the NFL. What a guy. Yes, Emma. Yes, it is, Emma. There we go. The on-screen messages. That is awesome. Yes. StreamYard's doing some great stuff. At the end of the day, guys, look, all the technology is there. All you've got to do is step up and make some stuff happen. Thanks all. Look, there we go. Thanks all. Go get it. Mark, I'll see you later. Yes, Paul, you look cracking in that suit, mate. I love it. Right, listen, lots of love. Have a wonderful day. Catch up soon. Cheers.